This video will demonstrate the installation of the paddle shifter kit for the 2013 through 2014 Ford Mustang with the 6-speed select shift automatic transmission. This kit consists of 2 wireless snap-on paddle shifter modules and a wireless receiver module. The first step is to remove the center console trim. Remove the trim ring around the shifter by gently prying up at the 4 corners. You can use a trim tool for this if you have one. Then open the rear compartment of the center console and pull sharply up at the rear of the cover to unclip the clips that hold the cover in place. Rotate the cover upwards and unplug the harness for the traction control. The cover can then be removed and set aside. With the cover removed, locate the gray plug at the passenger side rear of the shifter and locate the bundle of wires going to this plug. This bundle contains 2 wires which, when grounded, cause the transmission to shift up or down. We will also need a 12-volt power source, which we will get from the 12-volt accessory receptacle. So locate this wire bundle as well. Using a hobby knife, carefully remove a section of the electrical tape which binds the wire bundle together. In this wire bundle, there are only 2 wires, a black wire with a yellow stripe and a gray wire with a red stripe. The black and yellow is the ground, and the gray and red is the 12 volts positive. Follow the same procedure with the wire bundle going to the gray plug at the base of the shifter. After a section of the wrapping is removed, locate the 2 smallest gauge wires in the bundle. These will be green and gray. These are the wires that go from the buttons on the side of the shift knob to the select shift transmission control system. Here is a closer look at the wiring that we will be using for the wireless receiver module. The small gauge gray and green from the gray plug and the black and gray wire from the 12-volt accessory receptacle. Next, we will install the wireless receiver module. This module should be installed as close to the paddle shifter modules as possible to minimize any interference which may cause a delayed response time or missed commands from the transmitters in the paddle shifter modules. The space between the shift column and the outer trim panel is an excellent spot for the receiver. To begin the installation of the receiver module, we will route the stripped end of the receiver cable through the metal bracket below the steering column around to the center console area. Insert the cable between the metal bracket and the plastic trim panel. Push enough cable through the hole until the end comes out on the other side. Route the end of the cable under the flange of the center console. Reach down between the shifter and the console and pull the wire through. Continue to pull the wire into the center console compartment. Pull any excess wire through until the receiver module is in place between the metal bracket and the plastic trim panel. Then route the wire around the inside corner as shown and under the flange of the center console. Then pull all excess wire into the center console compartment. Next, route the cable neatly around the shifter to the passenger side. Pull the cable through into the center console area where the connections will be made. The receiver cable consists of 4 wires: red, black, white, and green. Using wire taps, connect the green receiver wire to the small gauge green select shift wire coming from the gray plug at the base of the shifter. Then connect the white receiver wire to the gray select shift wire. Finally, supply power to the receiver module by connecting the red receiver wire to the gray wire with red stripe and the black receiver wire to the black wire with yellow stripe coming from the accessory receptacle. Before reassembling the center console, check the operation of the paddle shifter receiver. With the engine off and the ignition key in the on position, shift into sport mode. Then click the downshift paddle shifter module once to shift into first gear. Then using the upshift paddle shifter module, cycle from first to second to third. Then cycle the transmission back to first using the downshift paddle module. Finally, install the paddle shifter modules by snapping them on to the rear of the steering wheel. Position the module directly behind the inner set of buttons on the steering wheel. Then repeat this procedure for the other side. Each paddle shifter module is specifically designed to match the contours of the steering wheel and will only fit properly on one side.